Welcome back to another episode of Rockridge right here in Ironwood County. It's so good to see everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoy this type of content, make sure you drop a like and subscribe to the channel. We have a few names to add to our roads today for top commenters on the last video, as well as we're going to have a little bit of fun trying to solve some of the problems that Rockville is having at the moment. As well, the last thing we're going to do in today's video is we're going to create an industrial park, and it is going to be right on the backside of our city dump where we have some rail access and we'll be good to go. So let's hop right into it. Don't forget to join the Discord if you want to join the discussion on the different cities, as well as if you have any tips or any ideas that you'd like to share. Remember, I am relatively new to this game and I may be messing some things up, but I do enjoy the conversation as well as criticism. So let's hop right into this. Alrighty, as our city moves towards the Bay Area here, what we're going to do is we're going to try and get a lot more residential in, as well as some farmland. And like I said in the introduction, we are going to build our industrial park right along here where we have some rail access that we're going to split off right here. And we have waterway access here. I don't know if this bridge is quite big enough, so that might be something we build on this end so that the ship should be able to get in and out of here for some of our industrial building. So let's go in first and let's start building our grid out a little bit. And we'll start with the backside of here. It looks like for this low density residential, not a huge demand. Medium density residential and high density residential are the two biggest. Now as we move away from this city here, I want the bigger buildings to kind of flow this way, right? So we'll have our lower density here, which we'll go ahead and put some of that down. And let's see here, maybe some medium density here. Going ahead and give that an option, and then we may even do let's see here, let's just do some of that and maybe that. I don't know if we'll get anything right there, but we'll see. And while that comes in, we'll finish out our low density housing. I think we have to go with northeast, but I'm not seeing it. Yeah, there it is. Nope, southwest. Sorry, southwest is the one we were going with. And we'll actually just block this out right here. All right, and let's go ahead and get our grid moving this way. What I want to start with is like a frontage road, and then we're going to build out the grid back towards the city here. So we'll get on our frontage road. I want to see, we're going to do a 2-lane. I just want one side parking, but you know what, let's just do a standard 2-lane, and we're going to do it probably about here. But we did not check the elevation, did we? We did not respect our terrain there. Sometimes we forget things. Now I know there's a way to control weather. Let's see here, time and weather, day, weather. Let's just do summer. Well, or let's do spring. And there we go. There we go. All right, so let's get our terrain tool out and straighten this out. Let's see what it looks like. Let's see what it looks like. We're not gonna know unless we try, right? It doesn't look terrible, I don't think. It gets a little bit high over here, but on this end it's almost manageable. And I wonder if we could, can you parallel road after you? Dude, I don't actually know. Is there a parallel road tool? Probably is. Let's see, wide sidewalk. Oh, maybe not. I thought there was a parallel tool. Maybe I don't have it, but we'll go on ahead and I want to see how bad this transition is here. So we got to move over to alleyways and kind of want to check our elevation on that. So, okay, so it's not too bad. I mean, it seems like a reasonable hill. It seems pretty reasonable. So I'm okay with that. And then we go back there. Okay. Try to hit that at a 90-degree angle. All right. And so let's just build out this grid, huh? See what we can do. There we go. So now we've got everything set up here with our grid. It's a very not normal grid, but we're gonna go with it because I think it's gonna work out just fine. And we're gonna try to stick with some medium density housing, kind of at least like going it. Alrighty, at least going into like here. Because I'm sure we can figure something out. And it looks like we have some office needs as well. So we'll probably stick those on these frontage roads here. I think we'll go into some northeast style large. Nah. All right. It's gonna be difficult, but we'll stick one here, maybe there. That should take care of that want and that need. And then we actually have a little bit of commercial demand. So if we go to northeast, a little bit of northeast style commercial here. I mean, we don't really know exactly what we're gonna get, but it's worth looking, right? And as things get a little bit taller, they should get a little bit taller coming into this way. So high density is where we're really, and we're going to want the high density kind of over here in this area. So we'll get into, let's see here, medium density. I'm going to start kind of moving that way. Oopsie. So let's go there. And then we go into southwest medium density. So we'll just kind of throw in a couple of these. I think. Okay, that's kind of crazy. All right. Never had that happen before. Something like this, and then northeast medium density. A couple little things. So, all right. That'll just be zoned and ready for them. Now we're looking at, we have a low density demand and we have high density demand. So let's start easing into high density. We'll start with some low rent stuff kind of over here away from, kind of away from there. Let's see, we can do some mixed use right here. And maybe even here, depending on if it's going to work out. Might. And then North America high density housing, Northeast high density housing. So let's stick in Southwest. Stick with Northeast. So, oopsie daisy. Let's see how that goes. So, I mean, I guess that's going down. And then we can work on some offices again. Don't you just love zoning? All right. And then, so this should actually temper out pretty much everything as far as that goes. We don't want to keep zoning out. We're going to build the city slowly together, so we don't want to keep zoning out. So let's build our grid out to get this low density taken care of, and then we'll go from there. Go ahead and take this. All right. So we'll go ahead and get this. Yep. And that's just going to be a grid style with our alleyways. So let me do that real quick. And then of course, let's get our 2-lane here, and we're going to come off of here just as a main road. See if we can get that line so we have a straight line. There we go. And it's going to go this way as well. And let's see here. Okay, it made a tunnel. I guess the land was a little high there. Let's correct that. All right. Whoopsie daisy. I did not realize it went that high. That's kind of crazy, actually. Let's soften that up just a little bit. I mean, because it's a bit intense. Oh, I guess there's a road under there. How do we go underground again? I don't even remember. Do you remember how to do that? Let's see. Huh. Oh, there we go. There it is. Back on top. All right, let's see if we can make that work again. That kind of worked. Still a bit of a hill. Those may connect at some point or intersect at least at a bare minimum. So, oh, and this kind of, oh, this started going up a hill. You guys should have told me that was looking ugly. So that means this will probably be like the last bit of our actual neighborhood here, huh? Everything else is gonna have to be probably a subdivision, which is something we're gonna work on. We do have that in the plans, so let's get this low density going here. Southwest low density. Just a little at a time, as they say. So that should thwart that. And okay, and things are coming in on this side. You can see how the city's gonna, we're gonna try and build the city up to where this is like where the taller buildings are, right? So you can see, oh, the town started as a nice small town, and now it's got, you know, these super tall buildings. Let's run an alleyway through here. That was a missed opportunity. For sure. Oh, look at that. Yeah, that looks, it's a whole lot better, doesn't it? I'd like to run one here, but just adding more stuff to an intersection sometimes is like not always good. There we go. All right. And these houses are coming in as well. So while those come in, let's get to work over there on our industrial park. And I know we will get into a little more detail. Looks like they're struggling with traffic here. Maybe I should connect these just in case, right? Let's go ahead and let's run a connection here. See if that helps at all. What in the world? Can you listen, tree? I don't know if that looks any. I mean, that looks a little better. I mean, it's a. That's crazy. We gotta. I know you was driving right there. I'm sorry. We cut anarchy off too. Get back in here to this. Sometimes the simplest things are a bit of a pain. Sometimes they're not. All right. There we go. Like nothing ever happened. Beautiful. Okay. And then do we need more parking? That's the next question. How are our parking lots looking? Oh, I don't think we did much parking in here, did we? I think we thought about it. Depending on... Let's see here. Depending on where we left off last episode. So let's do that. Let's plop some parking. And then we're going to work on the... Oh, that shouldn't have been that. No. It's just gonna they're gonna instantly keep respawning. No, I need low density offices. My bad, y'all, my bad. There we go. My bad. And then start building that up a little bit. Yeah, the town definitely has lots of traffic. So see if we can divert some of this traffic by connecting these roads up here. City's water network. Oh, citizens are becoming sick. So we have to address that problem. And I think the best way that we can address that problem is, let's pause for a second and go to water. Let's install a new pump house right here and see if that helps. I know that's a quick fix. I don't know what, I think it originally, I had my dump, we had the dump over there, excuse me. And that may have caused that problem. So, and we will do some high detail episodes. Those will come, you know, towards once we get the city kind of financially in a good place. Right now we're losing about $21,000 an hour. So really got to focus on, got to focus on that first. I'm just giving them some more ways to get into the kind of some more ways to get in and out. That way they're not stuck, you know, all having to pile in Main Street here, which is what they're already doing. But some of them are starting to, yeah, they're starting to spread out a little bit. That's good. So let's go to work on our industrial park. Right now we have kind of what's a remnants of like an unorganized one. And we're basically like, this is kind of like, oh, this is where the city started. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to move towards more organization here. And we are going to stick with our alleyways. I just believe that they kind of exemplify like the early parts of a city a lot better than, you know, the okay. We just connect that. Or I guess we can't we? Get rid of that. All right. Now, let's go look at our train stuff. We don't want anything crazy. Let's see, train, yeah, train. What is that? Oh, we went all the way to the bottom, didn't we? Cargo train terminal. How big is this? That's really big. Let's see here. I feel like we had more than this. Historic Central Station. No, we're looking for. We're not looking for faster trains. Let's see. What is this? Was that the only oh, here we go. Train cargo terminal, non-electrified. Medium train depot. How big is that? This seems about reasonable. Well, that's kind of big for what we're starting out as. Rail yard, that's massive. What is this one? This one's unelectrified. I think we need it. Okay, here we go. This would be fine. Turn on anarchy because we might have to. All right, let's take a look. That gives us 3. And I'm going to assume it's just like a storage area. Yeah, so this gives us 3 to come across here and split off. And then we should have 1 bypass. So let's go on ahead. We're going to take that out. Make sure you are ready. Let's see. So get into trains here. And I believe we're going to be on the double train track. And then a double. Okay, so there's that. And then go ahead and run our road frontage to it. Which just may need to be a little bit bigger, to be honest. Too big still. I think we stick with the alleyways. The alleyways look like the way to go. I don't know what you're thinking. Like, these are rather angular, aren't they? They are. And that wasn't the initial plan here. But it just kind of worked out. So. It's probably not the smartest to have the bypass like that, but I mean, right now there's going to be no traffic on it, so we can address that at a later date. Let's hook these lines up here. It doesn't look like there's any double lines. So it looks like they're all single lines, and we're going to keep them multi-traffic. So I don't want just one way in, one way out, right? Oh. Okay. It seems to be working out good, actually. And then, was there one more here? There's not one. Oh, there is. Oh, wow. Okay. I did not realize that there was one more. Okay, so that looks good there. Let's do away with some of these. Oh, anarchy is on. I was wondering why all these trees were here. Our road and stuff. Let's turn anarchy off here. Sometimes you get to playing and you forget to turn anarchy off. You know? And you start wondering why in the world. Okay, let's get that off the track there. Okay. And there's our through, and then all these can actually connect back, you know, at a later date. Let's go ahead and get our train yard kind of built out. I think we can go into, is it not extra assets? Items, let's see here. I think, let's search for fences. Fence. See. Kind of like this. Let's see how it looks. Oh yeah, this looks really fancy. Well, that angle's terrible. Oh. How do I delete the prop? Uh-oh. Make sure that's parallel with the road. Yeah, it looks like it. And then we'll do one over here on this side. Back to our fence. Oh, I've got to learn these mods a little better, huh? I like that. And then we should be able to do terrain colors and things, right? So pathways, spaces, areas. Ooh. No, it's not there. Where are land tech? You would think are they in here? You would think they'd be here. Debris. Huh. Would that look cool? Oh, yeah, that does kind of look cool, doesn't it? What do these look like? Okay, my bad. I got a little carried away. I got carried away. We're looking for paths. Or not paths, we're looking for ground textures, right? I'm pretty sure that would have to be in here, right? Or would it be... Let me just look for find it. Let's see here. Gravel drive, medium gravel parking lot, travel trailer. No. Bulldozer. I mean, I'm pretty sure we used it before. We definitely used it before. I know I'm not going crazy. Okay. Let me figure it out 1 second. Let's see here. For like 37. We're gonna find the gravel. Because we drew our sidewalks the other day. We did concrete. Let's do that. If we search concrete, maybe. See, networks, buildings, service buildings. I don't know. Concrete. Concrete surface. There we go. Ugh. There's like concrete tile. Actually, it doesn't look terrible. I would say that it's not like my favorite. Maybe concrete surface 1's a little better. Yeah, that looks a lot better. I mean, can we even delete these? No, you can't. How do you, we're gonna have to Google that probably, I think. Because it's like once you do it, that's it. You know, like you can't undo it. Much better. Look at that. Oh, yeah, that looks good. And then we can just put some props in here. Okay, we got some debris over here. There we go. That wasn't supposed to happen. Let's see what that looks like. Not bad. Looks like a train yard. So let's finish up our industrial zone here. We're gonna go back to our alleyways. We're gonna get a little bit of, we're gonna try to get some remnants of a grid here. It's gonna be tough, but we're gonna try. And I mean, we've got a lot of zonable space here now. And let's see if we have any good commercial buildings we can put in here. Fuel station, that's a massive. There is one building I did want to put in here, but I'm not even sure if it's going to be small enough for us. Here, yes, it's this one here. Or right there on that water, so maybe we have to delete a little bit of a road here. Do it. And here we go. Where's it at? Not this one. Do we already have this one? We already have this one here, don't we? Here we go. There we go. And then we're gonna zone the rest of it. Some of these we're being selective about the size and stuff. All right, and then so that should expand there. So as our city gets more and more demand, let's speed it up real quick and see what happens. Here I am editing this video, and I realized that I completely forgot to name the roads. So we're gonna jump on over to that before we actually end the video. Sorry about that. All right, last but not least, because I almost forgot, we've got some roads to name. So let's get in here and let's see which roads we have to name and what they're going to be. Let's see. All right, so for our first street, we need Fluff Avenue, and I'm thinking the best one for Fluff Avenue is going to be a right to left. It's going to have some big buildings on it. It's going to be a bit fluffy. I think we're going to go with this one here. So let's turn our HUD back on. Let's click on Butler Lane, and we're going to give it Fluff Avenue. And there's going to be some developments on Fluff Avenue, I think. Oh, my caps lock is on. Fluff Avenue. Beautiful. I swear. Not too else. And there we have it. We have Fluff Avenue, and it runs all the way the length here. And it's going to turn this corner and go all the way down to here. We're going to have, I think we're going to have a big development on Fluff Avenue. And the second street we've got to name is from, and that is from Fluff, by the way, Fluff Topher. The second one is going to be from Avenged Wolf, and it's going to be El Oso Blanco. I'm sure that's not, I actually don't even, I'm not even gonna look it up, because why would I? So we're just gonna name, that's what we're gonna change King Lane to for Avenged Wolf. Let's see here. And if you want to, leave a comment down below on what that means. So, and there we go. And I believe that might be it. So there we go. We've named the roads. If you'd like a road named after you, just leave a comment down below. See if the land develops. And with that, I'm going to say thank you so much for tuning in for another episode of Rockridge. I think I'm super happy with the progress that we're making. The city itself is looking absolutely fantastic. I really appreciate anybody and everybody who came in. It looks like we're still having this water problem, so maybe we've got to move that, and we'll put that on our list of things to do. We came in and we expanded our residential high density. We don't quite have the city building out yet, but we'll get there. As far as our small town feel, it's getting a little bit bigger town, but it still has that beautiful main street that we were hoping for. And you can see where they've expanded out the more Midwestern, maybe even Southeastern style commercial property here with the parking. Our low density residential built out really well. I hope that you're going to tune in for another episode of Rockridge, where we're going to build a subdivision and we're going to handle our water treatment issue. Once all these things get settled, we're going to try and get this budget balanced and do a little bit more detail work. But for now, let's take a look at what we've done and enjoy the fruits of our labor.